All right, today we're taking a look at a company that's really trying to build for the future. It's called WAIZ Web and AI Solutions, and their whole thing is creating digital tools that aren't just for now, but for what's coming next. A future that's kind of sneaking up on us faster than we realize. So let's see what this actually means for businesses out there.
Okay, but let's just start with a really tough question, especially if you're a business owner. Take a second and think about your website. Is it actually helping you grow, or is it kind of an anchor, just weighing you down? Seriously, think about it. Is it working for you, or is it secretly working against you? And look, the reality is, for a lot of businesses, being online is a nonstop struggle. It just is. So let's break down some of the most common mistakes, the little tripwires that can make a digital presence totally fall flat on its face.
So take a look at this list. Does any of this hit a little too close to home? The slow website that just makes people click away? All those endless manual tasks that are just draining your team's energy? Oh, and this is a big one. Relying only on social media. That's a classic mistake. It's kind of like building your dream house, but on land you're just renting. You don't actually own it. And the whole time this is happening, guess what? Your competitors are already using AI and getting way ahead of the game.
Okay, so if that's the struggle, what's the solution? Well, WAIZ comes at this with a totally different mindset. They have this smarter philosophy about what technology is actually supposed to do for a business.
And this quote right here, it really nails their whole philosophy. The idea is that technology shouldn't just look good. I mean, a pretty website is nice, but it can't just be a digital brochure. It has to be a smart engine working behind the scenes, automating stuff, and really truly helping you grow. It's all about function over just form.
And this comparison really shows you the huge difference in thinking. On one side, you've got your traditional agencies. Think of them like painters. They make the house look good, but it's really just the facade, right? WAIZ, on the other hand, they're more like the architect. They're designing the entire smart home, from the foundation all the way up. They're not just slapping on a coat of paint. They're engineering a whole system that's built to solve actual business problems. So, okay, that's the big idea. But how does that actually work in the real world? Let's get into the specifics of how they actually build things differently.
All right, so remember all those mistakes we talked about earlier? Well, this is basically the answer to every single one of them. Instead of a slow, clunky site, you get a web application that's fast and secure. Instead of all that manual work, you get automation that saves you time and money. And instead of just chasing the latest design trend, you get a system built with solid, modern architecture that can actually grow as your business grows.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. A good way to think about it is they build your digital front door, which is your website. But they don't stop there. They also engineer the entire smart home that's running behind it. We're talking admin panels so you're in control, database systems that drive automation, and even AI chatbots that can greet your visitors. It's the whole shebang, a complete system.
Behind every company like this, there's a person with a vision, a real driving force. And to really get what WAIZ is all about, you kind of have to get to know the guy who started it. So this is WAIZ Jamal Ashraf. He's the founder, a full-stack developer, and an AI-focused technologist. And his vision is actually pretty simple, but it's really powerful. He wants to take all this complex advanced technology and just make it simple, accessible, and, well, practical for everybody. It's really about taking scary-sounding things like AI and automation and breaking them down so that any business owner can actually use them to get ahead.
And it's really cool to see how his personal mindset basically becomes the company's core values. You've got discipline, innovation, clarity, and this idea of continuous growth. I mean, these aren't just buzzwords they put on a poster. This is literally the blueprint they use for building everything.
Okay, so speaking of innovation, WAIZ isn't just sitting around focused on what's happening right now. No, they're actively building what's next. And trust me, this is where things get really, really interesting and a little bit futuristic.
All right, so get ready for this, because it feels like a genuine leap forward. They're announcing a new product called the Theme Automation Tool. And what is it? It's a voice-based AI web builder. Yeah, just let that sink in for a second. A tool that lets you literally speak a website into existence. So you're probably wondering, how on earth does that even work? Well, the process is actually brilliant in its simplicity. Step 1, you just talk to it. You literally describe your perfect website using your voice. Step 2, the AI takes over. It becomes your designer, your developer. It generates layouts, creates the pages, all based on what you said. And then step 3, your site is born. The entire process, something that used to take weeks, maybe even months, is just automated. So when you pull it all together, what this really comes down to is a different way of looking at things. WAIZ AIs isn't trying to be just another agency you hire for a quick one-off project. The whole idea is for them to be a long-term technology partner, someone who's actually invested in building the digital systems you're going to need to grow for years to come.
Which, leaves us with one last big question to think about. When you look at how fast things are changing, especially with AI, you have to ask yourself, is my business really ready for what's coming next?
And really, to make sure the answer to that question is a confident yes, the path forward is pretty clear. It's all about building a digital foundation that's not just for where your business is right now, but for where it's going to be tomorrow.